I'm delighted again to introduce a new book written by Mr. Stevenson on the aspect of the change which is going to be brought in Iran by this uprising, the anti-dictatorship nature of this uprising, and why no dictatorial regime can be conceived as an alternative to the current regime. By their slogan against the Shah and the Khamenei, the people of Iran clearly stating that they are against any kind of dictatorship.
I would like to thank also Mr. Stevenson for writing book. I think it's very important to fight against theocratic regime in Iran, and it's important to wake up all the people about what real it is happening in Iran.
That's why it astonished me to see at the Munich Security Conference last week, Reza Pahlavi, the grandson of the original Shah of Iran, had been invited as a representative of the alleged opposition to the current mullah's regime. It seemed to me unbelievable. I've been involved, like Paolo, for decades with the Iranian opposition. Reza Pahlavi has been invisible. He has been living in America. He has not been terribly transparent about the massive wealth that his father accumulated and he has benefited from for many years. We still wonder where that money came from. And for him to suddenly pose when he smells that there could now be a revolution in the making, there could now be an overthrow of the clerical regime, and he smells the opportunity now to enter the fray, claiming that he is the voice of the official opposition, is quite staggering, quite unbelievable. Then you begin to understand exactly where Reza Pahlavi is coming from. He even admitted in an interview on Iran International Television back in 2018, he said, I am in communication with the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, the IRGC, which is the equivalent of the mullah's Gestapo. I'm in communication with them and with the Basiji, and they are on my side. I hope that people wake up to the fact that this guy is nothing more than an opportunist who will do nothing for the people of Iran. The monarchy is not what wanted. They hated the Shah. They hated his father. They do not want the restoration of another monarchistic dictatorship. They want freedom. They want a secular democracy. They want a republic. And that's what we've all been fighting for years. In February, we had 10,000 people demonstrating to back the MEK and their resistance units who are burgeoning across the whole of Iran. They're the people that are taking the fight, calling for the downfall of the mullah's regime. They're the people risking their lives. And they are led primarily by women. And the whole Mujahedin-e-Khalq and National Council of Resistance of Iran is led by an extraordinary woman, Mrs. Mariam Rajavi, one of the most enigmatic and courageous women that I've ever met.
Now, I am old enough to remember the revolution in 1979 and what happened afterwards. And I understand and have understood for a long time that the mullahs stole the revolution. And it's been a tragedy ever since. I think there is a great opportunity now for the people of Iran to be freed of this system. And it's so, the appeasement process of the recent years has not worked. And I think the sad fact that Mr. Reza Pahlavi was in Munich last week may be one of the final aspects of this type of appeasement. He is not the solution.
People of Iran, they don't want to have any monarchy or a religious dictatorship. And there must be a new path. And the 10-point plan by Mrs. Rajavi is an excellent plan for democratic Iran that respects human rights. And I think it consists all the elements that are necessary to indeed make Iran a modern state.
I am shocked as well. I was informed that of this meeting, which is taking place today, if I'm not mistaken. This visit tomorrow. Yes, in Brussels, because it's an ultimate disgrace that he was even allowed to enter the European Parliament. I think when the regime will be finally overthrown, we will be in for another shock about the true scale of atrocities of what is happening really in Iran. I think we will be shocked by the actual numbers of people who have been killed, of the people and the brutal method by which they were tortured, and by the number of people who have been executed.
The state apparatus is being very delusional, thinking that it can come back, put the clock 50 years back and they can get back to business with a shot. That's absolutely impossible. And when this Mr. Pahlavi says, I'm good pal with the Islamic Revolutionary Guards. And what does he say about the Iranian nuclear program? Did he ever dissociate himself from this program? Never. Did he ever dissociate himself from the aggressive imperial actions of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards outside of the Iranian borders? Never. This is a fake opposition. This is an opposition, a pseudo-opposition that is there to fool the Westerners, the Gulf, Israel as well.